Hi, Norman with iSaveTractors.com. Welcome to part 6 of our Cub Cadet 149 tractor loader backhoe transformation. In this video, you're going to see me start fabricating some of the front end loader towers. I have here some 3" by 4" steel tube that's 3/16 of an inch thick. As you can see, pretty beefy. This is much bigger than what the plans I'm using calls for. What I've done is I have 2 of these. I have one of them chucked up to the drill press right now to drill a hole in. I'm going to show you that in a moment. What I have here is I need 3/8 inch steel on the bottom here to act as mounting feet that will hook these loader towers into the subframe. And I'm only using a 140 amp output welder, and I can do comfortably up to a 1/4 inch steel with that. So what I've decided is, instead of trying to weld a 3/8 inch piece of steel to the bottom to act as feet, I have 2 pieces of steel that are 3/16 inch thick. What I'm going to do is I'm going to drill 4 holes. I'm going to drill 2 1/2 inch holes here, 2 1/2 inch holes here in the same exact place. Then I'm going to weld this plate on to the tower, and then I'm going to weld this plate on the edges. I'm going to weld them together. I'm going to give them a good bevel to make sure I get really good penetration. So essentially, I'm going to weld both of these together. Now, together, 3/16 inch plus 3/16 inch is 3/8 of an inch. And then in the end, it's going to be like this. It's going to be a big, beefy tower. As you can see, this will mount to the subframe of the tractor. Okay, now that I have this hole for the suction line of the hydraulic system, I'm going to weld this 90-degree steel black pipe elbow over this hole like that. And that's going to allow me to hook up some more low pressure fittings for the suction side of the hydraulic system. Now, before I weld it, since I am working with a limited welder, I'm going to bevel the edges of this so I can thin out the metal so my welder has a better chance of getting some good penetration. Okay, so now that I have the hole drilled from the suction line of my hydraulic system, I need to drill 2 more holes. I need to drill a hole for the oil return as well as the oil fill cap. So this tower here, this is going to be the left-hand tower of the tractor. It's also going to act as the hydraulic reservoir for the loader and the backhoe. So this is the suction hole. This is going to be facing the front-end loader. So I want to put my hydraulic oil return line on let me think here. I want to put it on the inside of the tractor. So I'm going to put it over on this side, and I'm going to put it 8 inches from the bottom. So I'm going to measure 8 inches. This is a 4-inch wide piece of steel. So the center line is at about 2 inches. Right about here. So I'm going to take my spring-loaded center punch. I'm going to put a hole right here. So I'm going to drill a 1/2 inch hole there for the oil return, and also I want that oil fill. So if this is the front of this tower, this is the inside, this is the rear. So I want to put the oil fill close to the top so I can fill this tower up with as much fluid as I can, since it's going to be powering both the loader and the backhoe. So I am going to put it, let's see, I'm going to put it 1.5 inches from the top. That way, this will be, that should be perfect. So I'm going to put the center of this hole 1.5 inches from the top. And this piece of steel right here is 3 inches wide. So the halfway point is 1.5 inches, which is right about here. So that is the center of the hole up here. So I'm going to put my spring-loaded center punch there. Nope. There we we go. So there we have it. We're going to put a hole there for the fill. It's going to have another 90-degree elbow right about there. That'll be at the top, which will be perfect. I'm going to have this oil return line, which I'm going to use a 3/8 inch elbow, which will go right there. And then we have the suction line, which will be right there. Let's drill those holes. So I've marked out where I'm going to put the holes for the mounting feet on the towers. I'm going to put the holes right here, right about there, and right about there. So I'm going to drill, I'm going to add the center punch, I'm going to drill the holes for that, and then I'm going to duplicate this setup with all the other plates. Here they are, they're going to fit perfectly together. And I'm going to be able to put my bolts through it and then weld this piece together to form my bottom foot. Okay, so I've got my tower in position to weld to the first foot plate. I'm going to be welding with this clutch 140 amp inverter welder using flux core. I'm going to use a 35 wire, and I'm using this anti-spatter spray too. This helps me produce a really good, nice clean weld. I'm going to weld all around this. It's very, very cold out today in my shop, and let's do it. Okay, so here are the towers that I just finished welding. Everything came out pretty good. At first I thought this one was warped, but it looks like it's not. I can solve that pretty quickly. I still have to weld the second tower foot onto this one, but this one is 100% complete. The bottom part's all welded. The welds came out pretty nice. As you can see right here. Nice flat full penetration weld. Here are the two 3/16 inch plates that are welded together. I'm excited for this. And there we go. And there you have it. That's the beginning of the front end loader towers on our Cub Cadet 149. Stay tuned. In part 7, I'm going to show you me fabricating the subframe, the loader arms, and mounting it to the tractor. For high-quality aftermarket parts for your Kohler K-Series engine, Tecumseh engines, and Briggs & Stratton cast iron engines, please check us out online at iSaveTractors.com. Thanks for watching.